Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David.
I'm Mary.
And this is where we talk all things the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. And before we get started, we want to definitely make sure that we recognize all of our top tier Patreon supporters out there. Starting with Lee McCallion, Kevin Langer, Devin McCaffrey, Zach Netzel, Maya Morris, Adam Haber, Front Row King, Cam from Indiana, Mariana Tia Arnold, who sent me some stuff in the mail. Thank you.
Are you going to show everybody? Are you going to do a maybe not?
Rest Jedi 27, Alex Blundell, and Indiana Solo. Thank you so much for your awesome love and support. And a shout out to Indiana Solo's wife. It's her birthday today.
Oh, so happy birthday.
Yeah. They go to all the cons. They stop by the booth every single time. And they're great. So,
Aww.
Also, LegionSabers.com. Check out LegionSabers.com for your next lightsaber or lightsabers purchase. They got all kinds of accessories, necklaces, all kinds of stuff. So check out LegionSabers.com and use the code STUFF at checkout for 15% off. Check them out. They're cool. They're running a bunch of ads right now. And there's also a place where there's a physical store called Docking Bay 45 in Portland, Oregon. So check that out.
Very cool.
Hopefully we do a field trip over there because, yeah, it is. It looks really cool.
I would love to go to Portland.
Constantly adding on to it. And it's an immersive experience. When you walk in, it's just Star Wars. And
nice.
Yeah, I think the next closest place would maybe be like a Scum and Villainy Cantina for the level of immersion you get. So yeah, check them out and use our code STUFF. So we are 10 years from the release of the movie that restarted it all.
Yes.
For the second time.
10 years feels like a very long time, but it also feels like this all happened two months ago, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
But 10 years. Yeah. In 10 years, you could become a doctor. In 10 years, you could have a 10-year-old. In 10 years, you could almost go through preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, and you could almost be done.
10 years is a long time. You can get a lot done in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane to think about. But The Force Awakens, I know I'm going to talk for a long time tonight about a lot of, because it, like I said, it reignited my fandom.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. It's that thing when you live your life and something incredible happens, and then you never think it's going to happen again. So the incredible thing I'm talking about was The Phantom Menace. When that thing dropped, it was huge. I was like, Star Wars is back. This is going to be my Star Wars because I'm somewhat of an adult when this is coming out. I think I was 18. I was like, this is going to be mine. This is my thing. This is my trilogy. My brothers and my family can have the original trilogy. This is mine. I'm going to see it from beginning to end. It's going to be great. And then Revenge of the Sith came out. I saw it in Austin, the very first Texas DLP showing.
Nice.
And leaving the theater, I was like, is this it? Was that all?
Oh, no.
And of course, knowing what you know about the world, Dre the Greatest on YouTube said hi. Hello back. Knowing what you know, I mean, of course, when something makes money, they do sequels, they keep on adding on to it. But this was different. This is Star Wars. It's owned by one guy at the time, George Lucas. He could do whatever he wants.
Well, a guy who also didn't want to make any more, right?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It was weird because when he stopped making films, he wanted to. Thank you. Trey says, cool hat. Thank you. Yeah, I got this on the premiere of The Force Awakens back in 2015. It's a 10-year-old hat.
And it's still going strong.
Yeah, yeah. Travis Mitchell on YouTube says, how's it going, guys? It's going good.
Hey, Travis.
So I was very depressed And I was like, man, this is it. Star Wars is done. George isn't going to make anymore. Maybe, I don't know. And my mind started working. It's like, okay, so how do we get more Star Wars? It was the infancy of the internet. No one was making movies.
Well, people weren't making movies the way they're making movies now.
Right.
Yeah.
There was in this huge fan community that we knew about. I think the 501st did exist, but people did not have access, great access to video cameras. Of course, the technology wasn't as good as it is now. Everyone has a camera in their pocket. It's crazy to say that.
Exactly. And that's why it's so easy now to connect and to create content and things like that around Star Wars and everything.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, and if I wanted to be a part of the like community and stuff, I'd have to go to like comic book stores or join a club at school kind of thing.
Dre the Greatest on YouTube says, you said that hat is 10, I'm 10. So you were born in 2015 when The Force Awakens came out. Okay. All right. So, like I said, depressed, driving home from Austin. How is more Star Wars going to happen? I was like, well, we went through a huge drought between Return of the Jedi and The Phantom Menace. And we're about to go through another huge drought. In my mind, I was thinking the only way we're going to get more Star Wars is if George Lucas leaves it to his kids and he maybe passes on and the kids want to do Star Wars. I was thinking that might be the only route. So I'm like, okay, well, on to other things. So in 2009, back in Austin, I went to a J.J. Abrams film, which was the 2009 version of Star Trek. He started that with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto, Simon Pegg, Zoe Saldana, Anton Yelchin, and it was great. I couldn't believe how good the Star Trek movie was. And I was like, why was it so good? I know it was more fast-paced. Not until I bought the DVD at the time. There's no Blu-rays yet, right? Or were there Blu-rays?
No, I don't
remember anymore.
I think that was the time of special edition DVDs.
So I got the DVD, and the most simplistic way to compare Star Trek to Star Wars was, and they said it on the special features, Star Trek is like classical music and Star Wars is rock and roll. And I was like, oh my God, that's like the best analogy. And JJ was like, I'm not a Star Trek fan. I'm a Star Wars fan. I basically infused Star Wars into Star Trek. And his producers were huge Star Trek fans. So they kind of guided him. And I was like, this guy has to direct Star Wars. And then, of course, the acquisition happened.
Yeah.
Disney somehow convinced George Lucas to sell. And I think George Lucas's mindset was, hey, look, I'm not getting any younger. He did write outlines for 7, 8, 9. But he sold it. He sold it outright, straight up for $4.8 billion or whatever it was. Yeah. And he gave all that money away. He was already a billionaire. He didn't need the money, apparently. But the interesting thing that nobody talks about is that George Lucas is the person right after Steve Jobs' wife and how much stock he actually owns. I'm not sure if he got the stock from the sell. I don't think he did he? Did he just buy those shares straight up?
I don't know, but that was what I assumed. That's what I assumed when I heard that he got the shares, because before that, never heard about it. But also people are like, yeah, he just resold it to himself. So he might have had the shares beforehand, or he might have gotten it during the sale.
Right. So this happened October 30th, 2012, right before Halloween.
Yeah.
Which is odd. And my buddy Dan, he was the one that at work at my day job, he sent me a message. He's like, hey, Disney just bought Star Wars. And I was like, no way. Then it was true. Bob Iger was sitting there with George Lucas at a desk. George Lucas was signing away Star Wars to Disney. I was not as nervous as most people because, of course, we all knew Disney owned Marvel and they let them do their thing.
They were doing a great job with Marvel then too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Disney's going to let them do their own thing. And then the news immediately came out that we're going to release episode 7 as fast as possible. And I was so happy. I was like, yes, they kind of get it. And then Kathleen Kennedy was named the president. And I remember her saying, we're going to make movies for the fans. And I was like, what does that really mean? But as long as they please the fans, I guess I'm good with that, because that's a lot. It's going to be challenging. And it's who's going to direct the first film. And of course, she went down the line of the people she wanted. They asked every top director. Yeah. Everyone turned her down. JJ turned her down. And
everyone was so scared at the time to touch Star Wars.
Yeah. And there was a lunch that JJ and Kathleen had, and she was able to convince JJ to jump on as director. JJ was about to leave Hollywood for a little while, go on like a big vacation with his family. But JJ was such a huge Star Wars fan that he was like, I can't be in a cinema and watch episode 7 and someone else directs it, and I had the chance to direct it. So he's like, I couldn't pass that opportunity up. So I was happy because Star Trek just happened. He was great. He did a fantastic job. So
he was a big name at the time too. Like, he was the guy.
Yeah. Really, really good. I was a big fan of Lost as well, even though we really didn't have much to do with Lost other than the pilot.
I loved Lost. I loved all of it from beginning to end. I know a lot of people don't like the ending, but I really enjoyed all of Lost. So,
yeah. So once I knew a lot of information, of course, people started speculating about, okay, how is this story going to work? How many years after Return of the Jedi is it going to be? Who's going to be cast? Are there going to be no names? Is Luke, Han, and Leia going to show back up? And I remember watching this one video. I think it was on the Screen Junkies, I think. And it was Hal Rudnick and another guy. And they were going back and forth what they thought episode 7 was going to be. And not Hal, but the other guy was like, I know exactly what I want. It has to be this. And he's like, okay, shoot. He's like, okay, you have Luke Skywalker, you have Han Solo, and you have Leia in the Falcon going on a big adventure. And Hal just started laughing because, of course, they were older.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't really think of that, but okay.
Well, I know Craig also, that was a big thing for him. That's the scene he really wanted too. So I think a lot of original trilogy people were just really hoping for that moment, for that reuniting of all three.
Yeah, so, which we never got.
We never got.
But we did get those actors in the movie.
Yes.
Technically. We got a lot of Han. It was essentially a movie dealing with Han Solo and his parentage or his parenthood.
Lack thereof.
Yeah. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, maybe that would work. And of course, I knew Mark Hamill hadn't done hardly any acting in forever. When I was a little kid and I saw the original trilogy on VHS, I remember asking my brothers and my dad, I was like, what else is Mark Hamill in? We've seen all these other movies. He never shows up. Where is he? Where'd he go? And of course, there's no internet. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when I watched Batman, the animated series when I was a kid, Joker. I didn't even know he was the Joker for years.
Really?
No, I didn't know. I didn't read the credits. Once the credits hit, I just flipped the channel.
No, I knew. I remember watching that one, and I remember reading the credits and stuff because I think Bobby's World was right after and stuff. So I would sit there, watch the credits and everything, and I remember reading his name, and I remember turning to my cousin and be like, "Luke Skywalker's the Joker." What the?
Yeah.
So I remember realizing and knowing that as a kid and stuff, thinking that was the coolest.
Yeah. Adam says on YouTube, I love Star Wars Stuff podcast. Okay, bye.
Adam.
So we kind of learned, I think, at the end of 2013 or was it 2014?
I think 2014.
So I'm trying to. I think the very first time that we saw, the faces of Poe, Finn, and Rey were on these Topps trading cards. I think that was the very first time, and it was basically snippets from the trailer that we got later on. And we talk about it on the podcast all the time. I love that Black Friday experience that year of 2014. They said we're releasing a trailer. You can go to the theater and see it, or you can just watch it on the internet, which was great. It was very transparent of Lucasfilm to do that. We all loved it. We all got all hyped. I wish they would have kept on doing that. They didn't, but I liked the cast. I liked their picks. I knew John Boyega from Attack the Block. Daisy Ridley was a newcomer. I knew Oscar Isaac from different things. I knew he could act. And then they started talking about, and I think it was the black and white picture as well. Kind of showed us who was in there. You saw the backs of some people, but you saw Adam Driver, Oscar Isaac, Mark Hamill, Anthony Daniels, Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
And you saw R2 in the corner, JJ, Lawrence Kasdan, who was coming back, who was the writer of The Empire Strikes Back. And of course, everyone loves that movie. Everyone was all for that.
Yeah.
And it basically took over my life. And the anticipation of that film, it took over my life. I think it maybe took over my life more than The Phantom Menace did.
Whoa. That's a big statement.
But nobody puts R2 in the corner. And then Sapporo, Zach. It's Zach in Japan. Hey, you guys, in the best sloth voice. And Mary Oli Hernandez says hi on YouTube.
Hi.
I'm always waiting for Mary to say, "Oh, I know that person." No,
not so far. No one.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean Adam. I know Adam.
Yeah. So yeah, The Force Awakens took over my life. Everyone that's listening, it really reignited my fandom because it was dormant somewhat. I was still a fan of Star Wars. I was still Star Warsing it up there. But the fact that we're getting these movies again, the fact that we're getting episodic films, I was just entranced with the whole situation. I was like, if this is as good as what that Star Trek movie was, it's gonna it's gonna reignite Star Wars for everybody.
Yeah.
Star Wars is gonna rule the world once again.
Do you feel like Force Awakens did that though? I think it definitely did for a lot of people.
Yeah. The thing for me though, the difference between 2015 and 1998, I did have the internet. I would wake up early to go to high school, to go to the computer lab, to jump on the T1 line, to go to the force.net and whatever else had news for the prequels. Not as interactive, but I could read stuff. I could find out stuff. I didn't go as deep as I think I probably could have gone, but I had very limited time. I didn't have the internet at my house. But later on, you find out, okay, well, there was a big rumor on the net about maybe Kenneth Branagh being Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I remember that.
And then the script leaking on Ain't It Cool News, which is right up the road from me in Austin. I see the owner, Harry Knowles, all the time when I go to like screenings and stuff.
Cool.
But luckily I didn't read it for The Phantom Menace. The Force Awakens, however,
oh no,
I think I actually knew everything.
No.
I think
did it ruin it for you?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'll get to that part. I listened to every podcast. I read every article. I made friends on social media left and right some friends that said that they had access and information, some that was true, some that was not true, some people that had a little bit of access and then they kind of disappeared. Made a ton of friends on social media. I started listening to, I think it was the Full of Sith podcast, and they had a guy, maybe the most. I got to find a way to word this.
Think it through.
Because this guy is canceled now.
Oh.
He has not appeared on a podcast that I'm aware of, but this guy was like the best.
He's one who had all the access, right?
No. This is I know who you're thinking of, but this is another guy. Okay. I mean, he was just one of the best speakers I've ever heard.
Oh wow.
And just perfect. I mean, the way he would speak about Star Wars, and they had access, and they would do like a spoiler podcast here and there and just tell you what they knew. And it was great. They had one particular podcast where they read the entire script from beginning to end with sound effects, with music. And I was like, this movie sounds great. This is incredible. I can just visualize all the action.
I'm in shock.
Then Harrison Ford broke his ankle.
Oh, I remember
and they changed most of the script to what we got. And I don't think they got that very final draft. If Harrison Ford wouldn't have broken his ankle, The Force Awakens would have been a totally different movie. It would have been more action-packed. It probably would have been more costly, even though it did cost a lot. But it was just incredible. And then there was other offshoot podcasts that just like sprouted up that I was listening to that. Some of the people that I would listen to on Collider did their own little thing, their side thing. And they just analyzed to the minute detail of character names, where they went to shoot in Abu Dhabi, people on the ground, like sending back photos and pictures. There was that big TMZ leak of all the pictures on Jakku. And of course they couldn't, there was a level of secrecy that they installed that was pretty good. JJ is infamous for doing the whole mystery box thing, and his level of secrecy to be very, very high. But if you watch the ILM video that they just released on the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, there's a scene, we all know this scene, where we see Rey and Finn running towards camera, running towards a quad jumper, and then it blows up. And Rey says, "We can't fly that. It's a piece of garbage. It hasn't flown in years." And then they turn into the Millennium Falcon. So the reason why TMZ didn't get the scoop on that was because the Falcon wasn't even there. It was all CGI.
That's so funny.
So that was perfect by JJ and company to not have the Falcon physically there.
Yeah.
But I was so stoked. I was like, this is it. It's going to be a hit. It's going to be great. And I remember specifically telling people, I was like, this movie is going to fill every seat in America. This movie is going to make over $250 million opening weekend. And everybody told me I was ridiculous. There was no way, no how. And I was like, do the math, guys. Look, here's all the theaters, all the seats. People have already done the math, and they said if you physically fill every single seat, you're going to make over $250 million for a movie. And I was like telling people, I was like, look, try and buy a ticket right now. You cannot buy a ticket anywhere. You'd have to go to like South Dakota to find a theater that has a ticket. And I was like, it's simple math, guys. It's going to happen. And people just kept on telling me, no. They're like, maybe 200, maybe 180. I'm like, guys, do the math. It's simple. And then, of course, when it dropped, It was over 250, and I felt so vindicated. But of course, nobody wanted to give me credit for it. But
okay, we're gonna give you credit for it right now, David.
All right, full credit.
Full credit.
And yeah, it was. I mean, leading up that whole year was hijacked by Star Wars for me. 2015. That's all I thought about was The Force Awakens. And I guess the name has grown on me. I didn't like the name at the time. Somebody created, yeah.
I thought it was great. I remember hearing The Force Awakens. I was like, how that it just describes it perfectly. Like, it's been dormant for so long. We are in this biggest drought ever, and it's being reawakened. So I thought the name was like so fitting.
To me, I thought the name was going to have more to do with the story. Like there was going to be an actual awakening of the Force in people. And that's how we were going to get to Rey having the Force and kind of the rules changing a bit. You know?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I thought there was going to be like, oh my gosh, all these people just all of a sudden, like the Force was like correcting the galaxy by like giving people powers, maybe at random, maybe on purpose, and then you would kind of fix the issue that people had with Rey, like, oh, she had no training, she just automatically could do stuff. To me, that would kind of solve that. They didn't do that, but somebody created a random guessing generator for the possible name of episode 7, and they guessed it, I think, with the 53rd or somewhere in their pick, and they guessed it right. The Force Awakens. Had all these names. That was fun too, trying to guess the name of episode 7. So yeah, just leading up to it was wild. I bought the marathon ticket, which started at 4 a.m. And I have a picture of myself here, if I can find it, of me holding my marathon ticket.
We're about to see baby David. This is going to be great.
10 years ago. God, where is it? I don't think I can pull it up.
Oh, but
here's a picture of me sitting in that theater.
At 4 a.m.
Yeah, well, I think this is for episode 7, so this would be like 7 o'clock or whatever.
3 hours in.
But yeah, we're having issues with StreamYard right now. It's acting weird.
Oh no.
But yeah, everything from the poster that dropped, we were trying to figure out and dissect what does this mean. Of course, I guess spoilers for the sequel trilogy, but of course we know that Rey is the granddaughter.
You've had 10 years to watch it. You've had 10 years to watch this, people. If you have not seen it yet, come on. We passed the spoiler threshold here.
Okay, yeah, Travis, if you're watching, pause it and come back after you watch the sequel trilogy if you haven't seen it.
Oh no.
Okay, so the poster dropped here. Of course, you have Rey front and center. Figure she's the main character, but then you have Kylo Ren with the lightsaber in parallel to Rey's staff.
Yeah,
and we were like, "What does that mean? That has to mean something."
It makes sense to me.
It makes more sense, yes, because they're a dyad in the Force, and then you got Finn off to the side with the blue saber.
And this is what everyone had a huge issue with. Like that image is why everyone feels Finn is so cheated. And it's like they took the smallest moment he had with the lightsaber and threw it on a poster. And I mean, I guess it's a red herring to like get everyone's thinking and talking about it, to be like, nope, just kidding. He's not going to be a Jedi, not yet, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's other lightsaber posters too of him. One in Times Square, a huge one in Times Square.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you see Poe Dameron, you see BB-8. But yeah, before this, we also had the reveal of BB-8, which was also fantastic. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, yes, this droid is going to matter. This is the new droid for the sequel trilogy. It's not going to be about R2. It's going to be about this little droid. And I was dead on right.
Yeah.
Great design. JJ allegedly designed him by just drawing 2 circles. and just handed it to ILM, said, make this happen. And they made it happen. Physically, it worked. On the sand, no, because there's no like grip, because he's kind of smooth. There'd be no way he can like move the way he actually does. So there was a guy in a blue suit pushing him around, and they just kind of like cropped him out and all that stuff.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, that was one big aspect that I was looking forward to, and then I think they delivered. And I've talked about the whole like voice of BB-8.
Yeah.
I got to go to Celebration back in 2015. Was it 2015? Yeah, it was 2015. 2015 May.
Yeah, and that's when they announced who was actually in the movie. That's when you found out who was actually
right. So we kind of messed up our scheduling because we ended up outside of the arena when they were doing that panel, so we weren't able to get in. So we watched we watched the Celebration trailer on our phones outside of the arena. Oh, no. So yeah, we were a little late there. We didn't plan adequately.
Which city was this one? Was this Chicago? Anaheim. Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, it was weird to me because I kind of know when I saw the actors, it's like, okay, well, I know what they look like. I know what their body types are. I could pick them out in a crowd. Okay. Mm-hmm. So at these celebrations, they move the celebrities from spot to spot. And of course, John Boyega and Daisy Ridley aren't that famous, but what they did was they stuck masks on them and they were leading them around in a big entourage. And I'm like, that's John Boyega and Daisy Ridley. I could tell. So I was standing in line to go to the store.
Okay.
And I was the only one that realized that in line at Celebration. So I took out my phone and I just started like taking pictures. And these are the pictures that I took of them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You can totally tell that's John Boyega, right?
Yeah. His arms alone.
And I mean, why would an adult man wear a mask like that? That's kind of odd.
So I for sure thought when you said
Daisy
like they were
in front of them.
When I thought you said they were wearing masks, I thought they were wearing like full helmets, you know, and stuff. Like they actually gave them like real helmets. It's literal mask, plastic mask. That's hilarious.
So Daisy saw me taking photos, and she turned to me and did this. She gave me a thumbs up.
She's like, you figured it out.
Yeah. Maybe she gave me a thumbs up because I wasn't bothering her.
Oh, maybe.
Because I was in line 2, in a very long line, and I didn't want to get out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you show her this picture when you got to talk to her? Be like, hey.
No.
Oh, she's got a little R2 backpack. That's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, another great aspect was the fact that we got brand new design stormtroopers. Yeah. And the cool thing was the 501st were given the kits for the Force Awakens stormtroopers. So they had to construct them. They had to basically build them. And they were told, okay, if we send you these, you have to be able to come to Anaheim to Celebration so you can stand on stage and be like the guard for the cast. Because that's what they did. One of the guys was walking around and I took a picture with him right here.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. That was the other great aspect, the new Stormtrooper. I loved it. A bunch of people did criticize it, though, for saying that it looked like a duck. So if you look kind of close at the helmet.
The black connects. Yeah. Because the way the black connects,
like Disney. And then like Donald Duck. But no, I like the design. The design totally works for me.
I do too.
And I also got to meet Andy. This was before. Who?
Andy Serkis?
No, Andy Gutierrez from the Star Wars show.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I've met Andy Serkis, but not in 2015. So yeah, I took a picture with her. I got to talk to her for a very long time. The host of the Star Wars show. It's very cool, very nice. When you could actually talk to him, I think in 2019, there was no way you get close to him because they were too big by that point. But
yeah,
It was really cool to talk to her. And yeah, that celebration was incredible. My very first celebration, I told my buddy Carl, I was like, we got to go, man. We've seen these celebrations happen and we haven't tried to go. So I think the tickets went on sale in April. Mm-hmm. And we waited all the way till October to buy our tickets, and they still had tickets.
That's unheard of now.
I was telling my buddy, I was like, hey, look, this Star Wars is back. It might never not do this again. They just might be making movies in perpetuity here. So we probably want to go to this because this is kind of like what happened with The Phantom Menace. Yeah. And we went. It was cool. We did as much stuff as we could. We went to as many panels as we could. We didn't get to go to the main one, but everything else. Watching Dennis Mirren do a PowerPoint presentation on the battle scenes in Return of the Jedi was just a core memory for me because it felt like I was at my day job, but we weren't talking technology. We were talking about Star Wars, and it was Dennis freaking Mirren like doing the presentation. And I was just like telling myself, I was like, how is this even possible? This is insane. I never thought in my wildest dreams that Dennis Mirren would lead like a PowerPoint in front of me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. He's a great speaker too. He just kills it. And then of course the Battlefront panel that happened. I went to that. I got a t-shirt. And I gave it to my wife because it was like extra medium or whatever. And she wore it. I think I have a picture here. For some reason, Streamer is just messing up here. I'm trying to bring up stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of people that don't generally like Star Wars to get involved in Star Wars. Everyone in my orbit was like, okay, yeah, we're going to go see Star Wars with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's great. They're going to see it anyways, but I mean, they weren't as big of a fan as I was. But yeah,
they got to be excited with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were excited, but they weren't like me.
Yeah.
So I took my buddy, and we went to the marathon. Started at 4 a.m. My buddy was like, "Hey, I'll just get a hotel down the street. If we need to leave and like sleep or something, we could just do that." And then we can wake up, come back, because we already seen most of these films on the big screen. So we did that. We left when The Phantom Menace ended. We slept through, I know people are going to hate me for this, but we slept through 2 and slept through Revenge of the Sith because I'm not the biggest fan of that movie. And then when we got back, we were towards the end of A New Hope, and we watched that, Empire, Return of the Jedi, and then 7 o'clock came around, and we were ready for The Force Awakens. And here's some pictures of us. So that's my buddy Sam. And I told you, Mary, and he's wearing the jacket I bought, actually, this Force Awakens. We bought in the lobby. I think I have a picture of all this stuff in the lobby. So if you look right there, they had all those boxes, and they were selling all that stuff, the hat you can see that I'm wearing. Yeah. And all the sweaters there, that front box on the table. So this is before I had a podcast. I didn't have a podcast till 2018. Hadn't met James yet. Haven't met anyone yet. But if you look closely at this picture, Mary, who do you see in the background?
I have no clue. I see an older gentleman. I see a guy next to him.
Who's the guy next to him?
Is that Ted?
That's Ted.
No way.
Ted sat behind us, and it's a lot like the story that we tell about James. James was there with us in 2017, but we never met. And I took a picture of the crowd, and he was in the picture. Same thing with Ted. Ted sat behind us in the marathon. We never met. We didn't meet then. I didn't meet Ted until this decade. I want to say 2023.
Wow.
2022, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he's back there. And I showed that. I was like, holy crap.
That's amazing. That's true. No, I was like, what? When you were talking about this earlier,
yeah,
you're like, you're going to be shocked. I am shocked.
Yeah.
I am shocked
that
it happened twice.
That's a very shocking situation.
It just shows you guys were all meant to be in each other's lives. The universe is like, hey, that guy is sitting in front of you. Be friends.
Yeah, I guess. And of course, we get to no issues in that theater until we get to episode 7. The projector shuts down, the lights come up,
going all night,
and yeah, and we're like, what's going on here? I was like, I have IMAX tickets after this to watch it in IMAX. So everyone's like, what do we do? Someone contacted management. They came out and they're like, everything's good. We just have to. There's an issue with the projector, but we're fixing it. It's going to be good. And then like 10 minutes pass. And then we're still like, what's going to happen with this? What, like, are we going to like get a refund? And everyone else is going to see the movie. And then we're just going to wait till 10 o'clock.
I'd be so livid. I'd be so livid.
So yeah, I took pictures of the crowd, and I think this is what this is. So everyone started walking around up and down the aisle just waiting. It's just a random picture of people walking around. That's what this is. I don't know why it looks all smoky, but yeah, that's that. And people were just like starting to get really kind of anxious and nervous, and the manager comes out again and he goes, oh, hey, we're going to try and get Disney on the phone. And we're like, what? We'll get Disney on the phone. Like, we're still having an issue with the projector, but we think we're about to solve it. So just hang tight. And then he said, we're going to give everyone vouchers for a free movie. Okay. So everyone just hang tight. Movie? So he came out a third time. He's like, okay, it's fixed. We're about to start it. And everyone's like, all right, yay. But like 25 minutes have passed. So we sit back down, and then it's as if the movie was on a VHS tape and they had already played it, and they start rewinding it. So we start watching the movie from the end to the beginning, and we'd never seen it before. And everyone's like, no. Everyone's like screaming, stop it, stop, no. And everyone's like, I cannot not look.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a big fiasco. And I told my buddy Sam, I was like, I'm never coming back to a Santikos theater ever again. And of course, I've been back many times. But Dude. That was a situation we had to go through. They finally started it. I think the images that we saw were like of Hosnian Prime getting blown up.
Okay.
The scene in the woods in the snow. But it was just like quick flashes of stuff. And we're like, is this the movie? Are we watching the movie in reverse right now? And yeah, we were. And it was wild. Yeah, it was really.
Gosh, they couldn't even be like, hey, this is what we need to do. So you guys can all walk outside. And then once it's ready, we'll have you all come back inside. No, they didn't think that one through at all.
I want to say that it might not have been assigned seats, Mary. So you would have lost your seat. Like, yeah.
But you put your stuff on your seat.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, a lot of people had been there since 4 a.m. watching movies and didn't sleep. And I was like, yeah, not me. I'm gonna have to sleep.
Oh, yeah. So livid if that happened to me. See, I feel like you have such good stories. My experience watching The Force Awakens was I went on Fandango, I bought a ticket, and I went and I saw the movie. That was the extent. Saw trailers, was very excited, bought a t-shirt to wear to the movie and stuff, was super hyped up, went with my significant other at that time, and we sat
at that time.
Yeah. And then we sat, watched the movie, had popcorn, drank a soda, and we booked it. I remember walking out of the movie and be like, Star Wars is back.
And I remember walking when the movie was done. I'm like, I'm gonna have to run to the IMAX because I want to see the opening crawl. I want to see the fanfare.
Yeah.
As soon as you get out, a sea of people in the lobby because, of course, every theater was sold out. Every single seat. You could not walk through that lobby without touching other people. It was that dense.
It was zombie crawling through the zombie.
Yes, walk. And people were walking all different directions.
Oh
And I
man.
took up my lightsaber, the saber you saw here, and I wanted to try and use that to like deter people from getting next to me. That's what I did. It still didn't work. So our theater was on the exact opposite side of the mega huge theater in San Antonio. It's the Palladium. Because the IMAX is all the way to the right. We were like mid all the way to the left.
Okay.
And it was just a sea of humanity.
Oh man.
It was nuts. And I was like, I'm going to miss another 20 minutes of this movie. I'd already seen it, but I mean, I wanted to see an IMAX big screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I finally got to my seat, it was a scene. I didn't miss a whole lot. It was when BB-8 is watching the First Order arrive to Jakku, and right before Max von Sydow gets a saber.
In that movie, what is your ultimate favorite scene?
My ultimate favorite scene. It's probably when I want to say I love the whole discovery of the Falcon for the audience, jumping in there, flying it with the TIE fighters.
Yeah.
And then the BB-8 interaction. Like that whole sequence, it was like, wow, we're back. Because not up until that point, the only nostalgic thing that we had seen was maybe the X-Wing, Poe's X-Wing that got blown up.
Yeah.
Because everything else, there was we saw the AT-AT on its side where Rey lived. But it just didn't have that pop that the Falcon did. When we saw the Falcon on the screen, everybody cheered and clapped. So yeah, I think it was that, and then followed closely by the lightsaber duels between Rey, Finn, and Kylo.
That's my second favorite as well. I think so funny enough, my favorite parts of that movie have nothing to do with nostalgia. My favorite parts are like when Finn sees BB-8 on Jakku, and he's wearing Poe's jacket, and he wants to go help Rey. And then he realized, she doesn't need any help. And then he's kind of following them around. And then BB-8 sees him wearing the jacket. And then Rey just goes straight up to him just to basically like attack him and be like, where'd you get that jacket from? My friend said it's his friend's jacket and stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite scene. Because that's where you realize like Rey, she's a character of her own. She's not a damsel in distress. She is going to be a main point character, and she's going to be a total cool person.
Right.
I was going to pick another word that was not appropriate for the podcast.
Yeah, I figured she was Luke. She was the new Luke.
Yeah.
And with that staff, I think a lot of people thought this because that staff, at certain portions of it, it looks like a lightsaber hilt.
Yeah.
And she was a scavenger. We thought she maybe found the lightsaber. And then, of course, people started saying, it looks like Darth Plagueis' staff.
Yeah. Well, so I think if you look at her lightsaber, her legacy lightsaber, it has cloth tied through it on like different parts of it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the same cloth that's on her staff. I'm like 85% sure.
Yeah. Here's the poster.
Yeah.
That some people had issues with. Because if you look closely, you can see a Phillips screw at the top.
They have Phillips screws in Star Wars. We've seen it before, people.
And yeah, all these character posters are really cool. You got the Solo one.
Yeah, that one was my favorite.
Everyone's covering their right eye. And you got Finn.
Again, why? Why did they do this?
Yeah. And then the Vanity Fair stuff, we saw Kylo Ren for the first time unmasked. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, he's definitely the villain.
This is where my crush just started developing on him. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, super cool design of the helmet, I gotta say. You can see in the poster. I still to this day don't think there's any type of documentary or explanation of how they designed this helmet. When I first saw the leak, it looked kind of like a paintball mask.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I think that'll work. Hopefully it works for everybody else. And it did. which is great. I love it when stuff works for everybody else and me. What were we going to say?
So my assumption with the mask is it had all Knights of Ren have to have a specific piece of style to their mask that all kind of like they're all different, but they all have like something similar to them about it. And I thought that's what his like mask was based off of from the get-go. Like it's a red mask, and it has to have like those like lines with the curvature around the eyes, because I'm almost certain all of them kind of have that similarity to it.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
Is that that's what I gathered from multiple like source places and like images that come together to make sense, but I don't think anyone's ever made that statement.
Yeah, that was another big element too. The Knights of Ren. People thought that they were going to have a lot to do in the film, and we get one little flashback scene or vision scene when Rey touches the saber.
Yeah, still underutilized.
Yeah, and you just kind of see them as a group with Kylo in the middle, the only guy with a lightsaber. So yeah, it is strange. The other unique thing, when you look at all the trilogies, how they were released, the first trilogy you have one blade, the second trilogy you have a double blade, and the third trilogy you have the blade with the crossguard. So there's 3 blades on that saber. I thought that was kind of interesting, and the fact that the blade was unstable on Kylo's saber, that was a really cool touch. Then you find out his like crystal is cracked in his blade or in his hilt, and that's why it performs the way it does.
The way
and then he has Vader's helmet that was recovered from the pyres in Return of the Jedi. So yeah, they hit a lot of really good notes in The Force Awakens. And just seeing the movie overall, I thought it was good. It was a hit. It was the largest grossing film, box office wise, domestically of all time. It was number 1 for a little while until I think Avatar. Yeah. Was it Avatar? No, that came before.
The first Avatar was before.
What was the movie that came?
How long ago was Way of Water after?
I guess the way it was, I'm trying to think about box office. I think the number 1 opening, Avatar opened very like mundane, like it was like 80 million or something. But The Force Awakens was like 250 plus. And yeah, just huge box office success. One of the biggest films of all time. I was happy
2 billion in the box office.
Yeah, it was. I think there's only 9 films that have achieved 2 billion, and it's one of them. So yeah, I was delighted. I was happy. I was like, okay, Star Wars is back. We're back in business. And then slowly but surely, all the critics started coming out like, oh, this is just a rehash of A New Hope. And I was like, let me think about that. And I'm like, well, okay, I kind of see it. And then the first line of the film is, this will begin to make things right. And I just like looked at my buddy. I'm like, that's a dig on the prequels.
100%.
Because at the time, the prequels weren't as beloved as they are now. This generation that just loves the prequels, they were 10 years younger. So if you think about it, the 25-year-olds, they were 15 back then. They didn't have the voice they do now. They didn't have the money they do now. And yeah, JJ is kind of admittedly like, I don't like the prequels. I just like the original trilogy. So you saw really kind of that come through in this movie. So they really played it safe. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's fine. I mean, yeah, play it safe for this trilogy. And then the next thing after that you can go ballistic. You can go do whatever you want to do. But have this trilogy be stable. And of course, you know what happened with the second film of the trilogy.
Where's Craig? Craig's in the comments. Craig, where are you?
And I mean, if you were to tell me there's no way that there's going to be a ultra controversial episode 8, I'd be like, no way, no how.
There has to be, you know.
I don't think there has to be.
No, yeah.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about episode 7, Mary. Let's keep it positive here.
I am keeping it positive. I'm 100% keeping it positive. There has to be some kind of hiccup somewhere along the road so that they can have a redemption.
So yeah, like I said, I took my buddies, I took my family. I think this is a picture. So there's my wife in the middle. She's wearing the Battlefront shirt, and there's my kids with lightsabers.
Very cute.
And we're all happy at the Alamo Draft House, and it was great. And I took my daughter to our local theater, and she wanted to see it again because she liked Rey. She was really into Rey, and she was Rey for Halloween. And we made a BB-8 pumpkin. She was all into it. I was like, okay, maybe have one kid that's gonna like Star Wars. But of course, she quickly kind of grew out of all that. So
well, she might come back to it later in life.
Who knows? But yeah,
they don't like any of the shows. Do they like The Mandalorian?
Nah, they don't watch TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my experience with The Force Awakens. Kind of in a nutshell. It kind of took over my life. And yeah, just listening to so many hours of podcasting. What I would do was, if I couldn't listen to it during the day or whatever, I would just like fall asleep to it. I would just listen in bed. And yeah, it was a great time. I wasn't podcasting, but I was listening to everyone else that was. And I want to say there was maybe 3 or 4 Star Wars dedicated podcasts at the time.
Okay.
I think a couple of them have gone away, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a few mainstays. So yeah, it's an incredible time. 10 years ago. It's flown by so fast.
Seriously.
And Force Friday, I went to Target in New Braunfels. That's where I eventually met James for the Last Jedi Force Friday. There were so many people. There was like so many, I want to say like early 20s crowd up in there buying stuff. And it was like a big party, you know? I mean, people were waiting in line. The lines were going in and out the aisles, and
I love
so many people there. When The Last Jedi came around, no, there was hardly anybody there. Which is wild. I was like, do people not think this is going to be a big movie? It's going to be big. Luke is going to star in it. But
I think everyone was scared.
Yeah.
It's okay. Did that mean you got all the extra things? They didn't put a limit cap on you?
While you no, they didn't put a cap at all.
Really?
I didn't think there was a cap.
Here there was. It was like a limit of 2 per person.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. Well, you're in that crazy state of California.
Where movies are made.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my The Force Awakens experience. And I saw it again last night.
I like your experience better than I like my experience. Your experience sounds more fun.
Yeah.
Mine feels so boring and mundane.
I saw it again last night, and I hadn't seen it in a few years. I don't know. Yeah, here's a picture of me from last night.
You seem so excited.
Yeah, on Disney Plus. And it holds up. It held up really well. I liked it. It was watchable.
Yeah, for sure. I rewatch all the movies. I do like they're my background and stuff. So like if I'm just home chilling or working from home or something like that or cleaning, Star Wars movies are on.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll cycle through like the Clone Wars. But I've gone through the sequel trilogy a couple of times since they've been out. And I think I enjoy all 3. I really enjoy all 3 of them. I think I like The Force Awakens better out of all 3 for sure and stuff. But The Force Awakens is the one that will always pull my attention. So if I'm like holding a dish, like wiping it, I will stop and like look up at a scene and stuff versus like keep on cleaning kind of thing. So for me, that means it's held up.
Yeah, I know when it's like come on like TNT or whatever, I'll stop and kind of watch it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Daisy Ridley did a fantastic job. And this year, I was able to finally meet her in person, or talk to her in person. I guess I kind of saw her in 2015 with a mask on, like I showed you guys.
What a missed opportunity. You totally could have shown her that picture. Be like, hey, that was me that you gave me a thumbs up to. So long ago.
Yeah, thanks to Countdown City, I was on behalf of them and on Star Wars Stuff Podcast. I told her I was on Star Wars Stuff Podcast, and she kind of was like, "What? Star Wars Podcast?" And I was like, Star Wars Stuff Podcast.
Oh my God, maybe she's listening right now. Daisy,
yeah,
are you out there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was great. I mean, I got to meet her, got to talk to her, I got to kind of observe her demeanor, and it was great. She was fantastic.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Yeah. Very genuine. Very, very, very like honest. Like you could tell that she wasn't making stuff up. You could tell that she was really kind of into that project. It's a movie that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, she
Did he get nominated for an award?
Probably. There's so many award shows now. But
yeah.
Yeah, she was great.
Nice. I'm so happy you got that experience.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it too. Just to see her in person, I was like, oh my gosh, she's just right there. And our podcast, we don't have like a lot of access to celebrities. We go to Celebration and stuff and do autographs. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just to be that close to her and be like, man, it was almost 10 years, you know?
Yeah. She's grown up a lot. Yeah. But she also, I feel like she's grown a lot, but her face hasn't really changed.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
She hasn't really aged.
Yeah. I want to know her skin routine. Its work ended.
Yeah.
Should we do Force Awakens trivia? We haven't done trivia in a while.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do some Force Awakens. Maybe we should read some of the comments here.
Oh, I know.
A bunch of them.
And we appreciate when you guys leave comments and stuff too. So
yeah, for sure. Going through here. So Dre the Greatest says, "I'm sorry, but I never watched Star Wars."
Whoa. Well, there's a whole list of them for you to watch.
And then they say my favorite character is Darth Vader. And Zach says it was a dormant. It was encased in carbonite. I'm going through all these comments here. Huh. Yeah, Travis says the sequels were the first trilogy I was alive to see in its entirety in the theaters.
Man, I'm feeling old right now.
Yeah. I'm almost as old as Star Wars. That's terrifying.
No.
Travis says, man, someone farting during my screen of Rogue One doesn't sound so bad, man.
That's amazing.
And then Zach says, I want to see a Knights of Ren movie.
Agreed. That'd be so fun.
Yeah. And Travis says, Kylo's mask obviously resembles a bit of Vader's helmet, but specifically, I think the face is supposed to look like Vader's burned mask. We see later gray in the face with the eyes squinted. Someone named Craig on Facebook says, imagine how much it would have made if it was good. I think he's referring to
when we're talking about the movies.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Do you have any The Force Awakens trivia?
I'm trying to find some on here. It's all stuff like we literally just talked about too. It's like who's the director of The Force Awakens? What?
Jeez.
I think it was JJ. And then the rest are like quiz. Do you have any?
Yeah, I got some.
Okay.
So here's one, and this is something I wish that happened. What was the original opening sequence of The Force Awakens?
What was the original opening sequence?
Yes. So the sequence
Like
we
the
got
crawl?
after the crawl.
Oh.
Don't read don't read the chat. They just said it.
Luke's hand?
Yep, it's
I'm
Luke's
not
hand
reading the
floating. So yeah, in that original script that I heard, it was supposed to be a pan to the original Anakin Luke saber with Luke's hand attached from The Empire Strikes Back, floating in space and then falling towards a planet. And in the atmosphere, the hand burns up, and just the lightsaber was left, and it tumbles to the ground. It ends up,
and that's how Maz gets it.
Well, it's not Maz that picks it up; it's someone else that finds it.
Oh.
I forgot the name of the character, but they said the name of the character. It's like in a swamp or something, and they pick it up. And I think we move to another scene, so we know the saber exists. That would have been so cool, right?
That would have been. I would have liked that a lot better. Dang it.
One thing I think The Force Awakens suffers from is not enough connective tissue.
I would agree with that, but I also don't mind that. Yeah. If that makes sense, because it's like we need to world build and character build again.
Right.
So I'm okay with that. The second one is where I wanted the connectivity.
Right.
But that's just me.
All right. You ready for your second question?
No. Yes. I brought this.
What was the character of Rey's original name in the script?
What? I don't know that. Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer. Let's see if maybe Travis knows it.
Ooh, Travis, do you know?
Travis might be Googling. Yep. It was Kira. Travis is Kira. Yeah.
I wonder what was that, just like to throw people off so no one would get spoiled by the real name, or they decided to change it?
Well, here's the thing. So what I've heard, it might be an urban legend, I don't know, but somebody from behind the stage at Star Wars Celebration heard Daisy Ridley before she got up on stage and turned to JJ and asked him, are we going with Kira or Rey? So they didn't even know. And I think he said, Rey, your name's Rey.
Interesting.
Zach says Raymond. No, it's not Raymond.
That's her twin brother that we're going to see in the next
and of course,
movie.
We all saw Solo, and there's a character named
Kira,
okay. But spelled differently. But this Kira was Kirra, I think, or maybe one R. I don't know. But I remember it was Kira.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. I was like, well, don't we already have a Kira in Star Wars? Wouldn't that just make things so much more complicated?
That Kira is like QI''IRA or something like that. Or RA. Yeah.
No, that's still the same thing. Just because you spell it different doesn't make it a different name. Say it the same, it's the same.
All right, second question.
Third question.
Or third question. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Let's make sure people know how many I've gotten wrong. Third question.
Who created Rey's theme?
It wasn't John Williams.
Who was it?
I know it wasn't John Williams.
Someone named James Herrera 3435 on YouTube says all concept art of Force Awakens has her as Kira.
You know a James Herrera?
Yeah. A very common name.
Yeah. I wonder how they spell it. Williams' son? No. Yes?
Lin-Manuel. Don't know this one.
No, it's not Lin-Manuel.
Okay, so everyone's kind of like confusing me here. I'm gonna have to Google this one. I think I know the answer, but
you can't ask a question you don't know the answer to, David. Someone has to know.
Well, everyone's not saying the right answer, and that's kind of confusing to me. Okay, I was correct. Yeah, Ray's theme, the iconic musical Liet motif for the character Ray in Star Wars: The Force Awakens, was created and composed by the legendary film composer John Williams.
Stop.
So it was a little bit of a trick question.
How dare you? How dare you? Because I know he didn't do all of them. And I thought for sure Ray was one of the ones he didn't do.
I'm pretty sure he did all of them.
Okay.
James is the one that was always harping on that. He's like, yeah, John Williams created Ray's theme. And he's like, he doesn't want anyone else to write for her. Yeah, James is right. He did all of them.
Okay.
All right.
Exactly, that was close.
All right, next question. Who was a returning pilot from The Return of the Jedi that was also a pilot in The Force Awakens?
No.
Let's see who gets it first in the chat.
Yeah.
Travis got it.
Nice.
How do you say it, Travis? You say nine or neen? Neenum?
He's also on the ride, I think, too, at Disneyland on the Rise of Resistance.
Yeah, I think he is.
Mm-hmm. Porky.
Well, somebody on X says Wedge Antilles. That is incorrect because Wedge cannot fly in the sequel trilogy era. If you notice in The Rise of Skywalker, he's on the cannons on the Falcon and not flying. So yeah, Travis says Neenum. It's how it's pronounced in some audiobooks. Okay. Or Ninenum. Yeah.
That does sound right.
All right.
Okay. I don't want to play anymore.
Who played Poe Dameron?
Oscar Isaac.
Correct. You got one.
Yes. I love when it's the easy ones.
Who played Supreme Leader Snoke?
Andy Serkis.
Correct.
My favorite.
Correct. What was the name of the planet that had the primary weapon of the First Order?
Starkiller Base?
Yes. Correct.
Thank you.
Ooh, somebody said Ilum. Oh, Travis said Ilum. So I'm not sure if that's canon or not. If Starkiller Base was repurposed as Ilum. Because Ilum is a planet where all the Padawans get their kyber crystals for their lightsabers.
Yeah. That's what we see in Clone Wars with
James says I think it is. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of one of those things with like Rex. Was that really Rex in Return of the Jedi with the white beard? Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no.
I want it to be, so I'm going to say yes.
All right. Man in his movies on X says, question, where is Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber in the sequels?
With Maz.
His green lightsaber?
Oh, no. Somewhere in outer space.
That's
floating away.
So, well, I want to say I'm replaying back Return of the Jedi in my head when Luke is pulling Vader towards the shuttle. I want to say the saber is dangling off his belt.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, you said he threw it away. He tossed the saber like he tossed the saber in The Last Jedi.
Yep.
But I think, yeah, he recovered it. He still has it. And of course, we see it in The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Season 2. So it's not floating in space. So it's with Luke. I think that's the answer. Luke has it. But hold on. He says in the sequels. No. There actually might be a comic book answer to this.
Let's Google this.
Okay, yeah.
I found this new invention called
Google. James said he lost it in the fire.
What fire?
Well, James says it's in The Last Jedi. Zach says that's a story for another time. James says, guys, the flashback of Last Jedi, he had it. So yeah, it's with Luke. Craig says, doesn't Luke have it when he's about to kill Ben? That's the only thing that Craig remembers.
Oh my god. I love that. I love this. I love when our friends are on the podcast.
All right. So anyone have a really good trivia question in chat? I know we have a lot of people watching us right now. Any good The Force Awakens trivia question that maybe we can get stumped by? One thing, another kind of negative aspect I thought about The Force Awakens was the fact that they didn't use traditional aliens as much. Like we didn't see very many from the original Cantina sequence. We didn't see like any Rhodians at all, I don't think. Any like Trandoshans, any
we got a lot of new aliens for sure.
Yeah, even the droids actually changed a little bit.
Yeah. I think they learned their lesson from that because I feel ever since the sequel trilogy, we've been getting nothing but like fanfare of all these old ones. Even in the new Mando Grogu, we're getting a lot.
So James asks, what character was Luke modeled after in the early scripts of The Force Awakens? I want to say somebody from
I thought it was Obi-Wan.
Akira Kurosawa film. Was it Obi-Wan? Is that the answer?
I thought it was Obi-Wan. Like he's the Obi-Wan character of this trilogy.
Well, I think Rian Johnson in episode 8 modeled or said essentially Luke is basically Obi-Wan in this story.
Is that where I'm getting that thought?
Possibly, yeah.
So it says Luke's green lightsaber is currently on that island he was on. I don't know how to pronounce it. Octu.
Sometimes people say Actu.
That's what I was trying to. That's what I wanted to say because that's how it's spelled. But I was like, I'm going to sound dumb right now, so I'm not going to even try.
James says a character movie.
So was I right? Was it Obi-Wan?
No, James is saying it's a specific character from a movie. Let me ask, what character was Luke Skywalker?
I just read. We haven't gotten to it yet, but I just read Craig's next comment.
What is it?
Oh man, should I click on it?
All right. George Lucas' original concept for the sequel trilogy, the older Luke Skywalker, was intended to be inspired by cynical Colonel Kurtz from Francis Ford Coppola's film Apocalypse Now. However, the creative direction of Luke's character in The Force Awakens and subsequent films was ultimately shaped by J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson and differs from Lucas's vision. The character, as he appears in The Force Awakens, does not have a single character he was modeled after, but rather reflects the following influences: Obi-Wan, the hero's journey, George Lucas's own ideas. So not a specific character.
So James, who did you think it was?
Travis says Quint from Jaws, my guess. Interesting. Well, Google just said no one really. It's just kind of a mishmash. Colonel Kurtz. Oh, okay.
Intriguing.
All right. Interesting. All right. Anyone else got anything as far as a trivia question you want to ask us? Try and stump us.
It's not hard to do.
And if you go to StarWars.com, actually, you can find a trivia quiz there too. I guess we might as well take it. Here's a good one. What is the first word of the opening crawl?
A.
There's multiple choice. A is one of the choices, but your choices are Luke, the, A-N. I want to say it's Luke. Because I think the first word there, Luke Skywalker, has vanished.
Yes, that's right.
It's correct. I'm right. What happens to Poe Dameron's X-Wing after he is taken from Jakku?
It explodes, right?
Multiple choices. Kylo's frozen blaster shot hits it. It is taken by the First Order. Scavengers steal its parts. Stormtroopers destroy it.
I want to say it's either C or D.
It's got to be Stormtroopers destroy it. Correct. Yeah. What is Finn's proper name?
It's a bunch of numbers. 2187.
Correct.
FN 2187.
Yes. How many portions does Unkar plot offer for BB-8?
Oh man, it was like hundreds of it. Hundreds of them. No, it was like 138.
No.
48? 42.
No. What'd you say?
42?
Possibly. So I'm thinking it's 40. The options are 20, 40, 60, or 80.
40. No.
No, it's wrong. It was 60.
60.
Darn. What creature does Finn share a drink with in Jakku? I know this one.
It's that one at the watering hole. I don't know what it was called though.
Yeah. Ooh, Travis got it right. He said 60. James said 80. It was 60. Travis got it.
105.
All right. The creature Finn shares a drink with, is it a Hapabor, a Hurrid, a Lugabeast, or a Lasat?
A Lugabeast?
It's got to be a Hapabor. Correct.
Oh.
The Lugabeast is that creature that Tito is riding when he had a BB-8 in a net.
Okay.
Who injures Chewbacca's arm?
What are my choices?
Kylo Ren, Tasu Leech, a Kanja Club member, a Guavian Death Gang member.
C?
So that'd be a Kanja Club member. I want to say a Guavian Death Gang member. And I'm correct. What does Supreme Leader Snoke say will happen if Luke Skywalker returns?
Gosh. What are my options?
The First Order will rise.
Okay.
The New Jedi will rise. The Sith will rise again. The Republic will rise again.
I know the words "the Sith will rise again" is said in the movie, the trilogy, the sequels, but I don't think it's said by him. I think it's said by Palpatine. So I'm going to take that one out. Oh.
Travis says a new Jedi will return. See, I'm leaning towards that, but
that feels like too obvious. Because he already knows.
I think it's the Republic will rise again.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Oh, it was the New Jedi will rise. He was correct.
I would never have doubted you, Travis. We're so sorry.
Yeah, Travis is pretty sharp here. Which of the following is not a Maz Kanata quote?
Okay.
Say that 5 times fast. Let's get to it. Who's the girl? You look troubled. I know the Force.
Jude, all of those sound like things she said. I think it's I know the Force. I don't think she said that.
All right. What's chat saying? Let's get to it. Maybe.
No, I feel like she says that right before when she's like dragging him around. After she goes, where's that Wookiee?
All right. We're going with... See, I think you look troubled. I agree with Travis. You look troubled.
Well, Travis hasn't steered us wrong yet, so...
Yep, that's correct. You look troubled. Oh, what are Leia's last words to Han?
Go get our son.
Okay, well, the options are I love you.
No.
Get home safe.
No.
Bring him home.
That's it.
I'll wait for you.
Well, bring him home.
Correct.
Yes.
Look
at us, Travis. We're doing it.
All right. Yeah, Travis got it. Which Resistance pilot does not survive the assault on Starkiller Base?
Who are my options?
Nine Numb.
No, he survives because he's on the ride.
Elo Asti. Snap Wexley. Or Jess Pava?
I'm going to... Who are the last two again?
Snap Wexley or Jess Pava?
Snap Wexley.
Snap Wexley dies in the Rise of Skywalker.
Dang it.
So it's either Elo Asti or Jess Pava.
I'm going to say Elo Asti.
Not Snap. Yeah, the chat's moving quick now.
Yeah.
Travis says Elo Asti. Correct. That's the answer.
Nice. After the Beastie Boys album, we talked about this. We talked about this.
Yeah. All right. It says you got 8 of 10 correct.
I think that justifies us having a podcast about Star Wars.
Yeah.
If it was any lower than that, forget it.
I'm a perennial B student. There you go.
Is there a picture? Can you? Oh, it probably won't let you show it, huh?
Let me try and bring it up here. I'll try it. All right, I'll share my screen, do the quiz. Bam.
Nice.
Alrighty. So yeah, anyone else out there on chat have like a question for us that might be something that's interesting, different, something that no one ever talks about?
James, this is your chance to ask us sequel questions.
This is his chance.
I'm not sure if he's still watching.
We're talking to James over here.
Oh, pressure.
James is laughing over there. I wonder what James is doing.
I thought he was seeing Avatar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, that would have been a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Travis says, I missed the one who shot Chewie. Ha ha ha. The other odd piece of The Force Awakens was when Han asked Chewie, can I borrow that thing? He's talking about his bowcaster, and he starts blowing away First Order stormtroopers. And he goes, I like this thing. Like, he's never shot it before. They've been together for that long. He's never shot the bowcaster. Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, I don't think that's weird.
That is so weird. That is ridiculous.
I don't think that's true. I think like they very much have like a sibling best friend relationship. And in the situations I've had like that, it's like my stuff is my stuff and your stuff is your stuff kind of thing. Like, I just don't see him having a reason to use it before. Or maybe he was just like making a joke about it. Because doesn't Chewie grab it from him? Like, nope, this is mine. Very much like that sibling, like, don't get out of my room kind of vibe.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Travis says Steven Spielberg was the reason for the trees being cut down during the fight. It wasn't going to happen, but he thought it'd be cool and paid for the effects. That's cool.
That is a good fun fact.
I don't think I've ever heard about that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Here's a good question from Zach. Who was the special guest in the Stormtrooper armor in that fight?
Craig Daniels.
Craig Daniels.
Daniel Craig.
I think he's referring to something different. Because there's the guy with the Stormtrooper like baton, and I think that was actually somebody. What you're referring to is when Rey was in the
Jedi mind tricks him.
Yeah. She was like in the what's that device called?
It was like the I don't know. She was like strapped in and stuff.
Yeah, she was strapped into like the dentist chair.
Yeah, yeah. Is it Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig was the guy she like force tricked.
Okay, got it.
Or Jedi mind tricked.
I was about to start going into he's the guy with the accent and he drives the cars and
yeah.
What?
So Ted asked the question, what's your hype level for Daisy's upcoming project?
Is it happening?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it already happened. It was one of those situations. It's like a foreign film, essentially. It's an Australian film.
Okay. I thought
and they screened it when I did the interview with Daisy. But we didn't get to see it because they filled out the theater and they didn't allow us in.
Gotcha.
So Ted and I went to go to where Robert Downey Jr. was last spotted to go eat barbecue.
Which hand was it?
It was this one.
That one. That's the hand that touched
Robert Downey Jr. Let me think about it, very soft hands. I think he moisturizes.
Oh my gosh.
Here's something interesting. Travis says on YouTube, in A New Hope, Han calls Luke's ability to deflect blaster bolts while blinded luck. But then he has to be blind when making the shot to save Lando from the Sarlacc.
Never thought of that one.
See, I thought the place where he was going was in The Force Awakens when he's shooting the First Order stormtroopers when he exits Maz's castle and is getting blown up, and he does the whole, he doesn't look and he shoots one of them. And then it's mirrored when Ben Solo arrives to Exegol, he does the same trick.
I do love that.
So he's not particularly blinded, he just doesn't look. It's like a no-look shot.
Yeah. I wish I was that cool.
Yeah. And Travis mentions it. Then in Force Awakens, when leaving Maz Castle, he shoots the stormtroopers before shooting one behind his back without looking. My take is that he had the Force the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the Force isn't everyone. It's different levels.
It surrounds us and it binds us. Yeah. All right. I think that is pretty much it. The Force Awakens, it's 10 years old. I'm getting old.
We're all getting old.
It means I'm almost 50.
Whoa. That is not old at all. That is young. 50 is like the new 35.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all these little kids telling me I'm saying wrong stuff about Star Wars. So not anyone online, just the people around me.
It's okay. I have trivia questions that tell me I don't know anything about Star Wars. So it's fine.
Man, I really think, and I'm not like toot my own horn here, but I think I've forgotten a lot of Star Wars information and trivia at this point.
It's, you know what? It's hard because there's just so much information and we've absorbed all of it. There's no way to remember every single thing, like a singular line or a singular character, you know? So it's just a lot of information to hold on to. If I held on to every piece of Star Wars information, I won't know what I had for breakfast the day before.
Yeah, Travis on YouTube also says it's also why I think he named his kid Ben after insulting Ben Kenobi. It was that man's advice that saved his friend, making him discover a part of himself he didn't know was there. That's an interesting take.
So I thought that they named him Ben because of Leia's relationship with Obi-Wan. Like we got to see that expanded in the Obi-Wan series. She goes to him for help and stuff. So I thought Leia was the one who named him for sure. Han, I feel like Leia was like, I'm naming him Ben. And Han's like, okay, do what you want. And Stefan didn't really get a say in it. That's how I picture it happening.
Yeah. Hopefully we get the hunt for Ben Solo there. Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger.
Bob Iger 2.0.
All the people that approve movies. Kathleen Kennedy approved it. Dave Filoni approved it. Steven Soderbergh made the movie in his head. He said it was great.
Adam wants to be in it. Didn't Daisy make a statement as well about it? How
Yes,
she
she
read it,
did.
she thought it was great.
Yeah, she said she knew some stuff about it, but she doesn't know the whole thing. But she thought it was fantastic that Adam was so passionate about wanting to make this film. Ugh. And there is a truck. I don't know if you've seen those billboard trucks with like a digital sign. It says on it, "Make the hunt for Ben Solo happen," and it's just driving through like Times Square.
Dude,
like, what rich person did that? It's like, if you have that kind of money, why don't you just make the film yourself?
Oh, it's hilarious. And it's not dying out. This fanfare and begging and like stunts and stuff is not dying out at all.
Seems like the sequel trilogy is slowly turning into what the prequels were.
Yeah.
All these fans are coming out of the woodwork and saying, yeah, we want to do and see more stuff. And Travis also says, despite the Force dyad being a late addition, we see Rey have visions of Kylo. I also speculate Kylo had visions of her, hence why he asked, what girl? Yeah. I can see that too. Mm-hmm. There had to have been a lot of backstory between the two. I think JJ came up with his thing. Ryan came up with his thing. Colin Trevorrow came up with his thing. And then he got fired. And then we got JJ back. And JJ had to kind of reconstitute the puzzle of the story. And it's such a weird thing.
Yeah.
So weird. Hopefully it's like a lesson to Hollywood to never do anything like that again. To have all these different voices and something like this.
I feel like they still do it though.
Yeah, but not for like a huge IP. Like,
yes.
I mean, you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision, I think. We can all point back to the original trilogy, how all the story was modified and conveniently modified. But I mean, they got very lucky with that. That's not always the case. Or maybe they were just super bad at it with the sequels. Maybe that was a problem. They just didn't pick the right story, the through line, for it to flow and for us to like it.
Yeah.
For it to be universally accepted. The whole, like, somehow Palpatine returned. A lot of people, most people did not like that at all.
Yeah, I just wanted something new.
Yeah.
It's okay. Lessons learned.
If the prequels never happened, they would have went with George Lucas's treatments.
Well,
I think so.
That's hard to say.
It's easy to say. I just said it.
Okay, it's easy to say, but it's
because Kathleen Kennedy saw firsthand what the prequels were like. Not that great. As far as reaction by the fandom.
Yes.
All the old heads did not like it one bit. They've kind of grown to like it.
I don't know
it when it first came out, but I've grown to like it more. I'm not like the old heads, but it was a little bit of a shock.
I loved it from the get-go. The prequels, I loved them from the get-go. I've always loved them more and more and stuff. They're like the easy ones to watch for me. Like, I will sit down and focus on those. I don't need a double screen. But again, I think it's just a generational thing. Like, our generation really loved the prequels. The generation before us hated it. Our generation had issues with the sequels. The newer generations love it.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah, Travis says, leading up to The Force Awakens, Coruscant did not appear, nor was it mentioned in the comics or books. In that era, the reason for this was Duel of Fates had it as a base for the First Order. Mm-hmm. You know, so many people thought Hosnian Prime was Coruscant. I could hear people say, oh, it's Coruscant behind me in the theater. And I wanted to turn around, like, actually, I don't want to be that person. But yeah. Zach asks, Mary, is her name written Star Wars characters on your wall?
Up there?
Yeah.
No, it's all Peter Pan characters.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So it starts with Tiger Lily, and then Peter, and then a mermaid, and then Hook and Tink and stuff. So it's all Peter Pan characters to spell out my name. That's my ultimate favorite Disney animation growing up and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah. So if you follow me on social medias, that's where my social media name handle comes from.
Alrighty. I think that is pretty much it. We're going to do another podcast here, probably Monday or Tuesday. We all know a new Mando Grogu, a new-ish Mando Grogu trailer dropped, where we get to see some of the aliens, more of the aliens from the chessboard. But yeah, we'll talk about more stuff then. I just really wanted to talk about The Force Awakens and have this podcast because it's not being shown in theaters. And I know James's opinion and my opinion are kind of the same. It should be in the theaters right now. Of course, Avatar is out right now, but they could have probably put it out beforehand to kind of celebrate it. But I think it's an important film. And it brought Star Wars back again.
Exactly. I agree. You know what? I don't think I wanted to see it again in theaters. What I would have wanted was some more behind the scenes making of the movie, etc. That type of thing. Maybe just even released on Disney Plus to celebrate the movie. I think that would have been a great move.
Yeah, and I think Lucasfilm is notorious for hiding stuff or not releasing certain things. Every time there's a new documentary, there's new footage of stuff from almost 50 years ago. It's like, what? It's like, I've never seen this. What? How have I not seen this? And it's because they hold it all very close. It's all in the archives.
Yeah.
They release little bits at a time.
Yep. That's why I think like the 10-year, I think anniversary is the perfect time to release some of that stuff. A 10-year anniversary release, you don't have to release all of it, just a little bit. Do some interviews with like the cast.
Yeah. Do and they have their own streaming channel, Disney Plus. Do a reunion.
Yes.
That'd be great.
But you know what? I bet you the reunion part would be hard because it's like Daisy has her projects. She's probably not in the country. I mean, there is Google and Zoom and everything else, but I don't know. I feel like that's something they would fly them out for.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oscar Isaac's always busy.
Yeah. I think he's wrapped though on Dune. No, he's not back in Dune, is he? I know his character.
Moon Knight? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Moon Knight. That's what I'm thinking about.
What's crazy? Moon Knight season 2 filmed, done. No conversation about it.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first I hear that.
Yeah, because they were in Egypt, in Cairo for a few months after Moon Knight was released, filming season 2.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all I got. Do you have anything else to add, Mary?
Happy Force Awakens anniversary.
All right.
Go see Avatar.
Go see Avatar. Go watch the Mando Grogu trailer.
Go watch the Mando Grogu trailer. Go to the movies, people. Get some popcorn. Have a soda. Enjoy things in IMAX. It's all super worth it. And then this way we get more movies.
Awesome. Travis says, great stream, guys. Yeah, great input in the chat there, Travis. Thank you so much. You really added a lot to this podcast. So, all right, from Mary, my name's David. May the Force be with you.
Always.
This is the way.
I knew that's the one you were going to go with. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I've spoken.
Rebellions are built on hope.
How does this work? Do I speak last? Do you speak last? I speak last.
Yeah.